Hello, my name is Caiden. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a fat minute since I posted, and you know, whenever I do post, it just happens to be on a day that I'm dying. So I threw up this morning. My stomach's not agreeing with me. I have a doctor's appointment next week. We'll be okay, but I just can never film when I'm like not dying. So 2019 is ending. It's about to be 2020. And I just want to kind of like reflect on the year while I just like chill and do my makeup. Because you know, that's just like what I like to do while I talk. So that's what today is going to be. Also, the middle part. Don't come for me if you don't like it. It's definitely not styled correctly right now. It's just kind of vibing. I'm sick and I look gross. We understand that. Okay. Let's get into this mess of a video because I can already tell you that it's probably going to be interesting. I guess I'll go by this year, like I'll talk about this year kind of month by month, even though I really don't remember what was kind of happening each month. I'm very terrible at remembering things, but I can tell you in January 2019 is the time I decided to shave my head. And I never really talked about why I shaved my head or like why that happened. Obviously, it was kind of just like I was sick of my hair and I just wanted to shave it and not deal with it, and it was a great time. Although when it came to like why I did it, the beginning of the year I wasn't in a particularly good like place with my mental health. I recently stopped talking with this girl that I really liked, and she kind of like screwed me over, and it was just not a fun experience, and I just needed change. So on January 31st, I believe, if that's a day, it was like the last day of January. It was like we were in a polar vortex because I live in Wisconsin, and it was like negative 50 degrees out, and I was like, fuck it, I am shaving my head. And I did it, and it was a great time. And then so for like a couple months after that, I didn't do anything with my hair. And I still haven't dyed it since then, even though like God is telling me that I need to dye my hair. Because if you know anything about me, my hair has been like 100 different colors, especially in 2018 is when I really fucking went ham with hair colors. I came out in September 2017 or 18, I can't remember, as non-binary. And since then, you know, I slowly came out. Like, I came out to my immediate family. And since then, I've still been getting dead named mostly by my mom. That is so fucking orange. Jesus. Don't mind me. I know how to do my makeup. Everyone else is like, no, you fucking don't. And you'd be right. I'm gonna use my bronzer. It's just some eyeshadow. And I normally still get dead named by my mom. And especially my stepdad, because when I came out to him, he kind of was just like, okay, and? So, you know, that's great. This year I've been trying my best to, like, correct them and tell them how, like, misgendering me and calling me my dead name makes me feel. And it still hasn't really stopped, so that's, like, still a problem I'm dealing with, and I really didn't want to go into the next year having to, like, deal with that. So that'll be something I'm still struggling with, which will be great. Throughout this year as well is when my Instagram like started really taking off, I guess, and I've started gaining more and more influence, which is terrifying to me. I never really thought when I created my Instagram, I think it was 2017 when I created that account, that it was gonna go where it is today. I really only created it with like the intentions of like gaining more confidence in myself, because the past couple of years, you know, being a teenager and all, I was very self-conscious, and I still am very self-conscious, so I created it to like play around with like makeup, photography, and outfits, and just kind of like that's just a place where I can be myself and truly like just show my true colors. And slowly it's turned into like a safe place for myself, which is what it began with, and for other young LGBT people. And I don't think it will ever hit me that I have like 15,000 followers. I know that's really minuscule, like compared to most other like influencers and stuff, but to me, that's like a lot of people. And like to like the community around me, that's a lot of people. Like not everyone who's like my age that lives in like Wisconsin really has that type of following. At least not that I'm used to. And I'm not saying this to be like, wow, I have so many followers. I'm just confused, I guess, on why that's a thing. And it won't ever really hit me that people like look up to me and really take inspiration from what I do. But it makes me, you know, just like growing on Instagram and stuff throughout this year, it's really like opened my eyes to how people can relate to my experiences and how I can actually make an impact on people's lives just by doing the littlest things. And that's super cool. I'm changing my mind, I'm darkening my eyes just a little bit because I've just been doing this lately. Back onto the subject of confidence of this year. That's Mac. Oh my god, I thought it was Cammy. So this year I really started off the year with no confidence, and that kind of like led me to also, that's another like factor that like made me start made me consider shaving my head. And a reason why I did it was just like I just needed to gain control back of my life, and like I needed to just gain a little bit more confidence. And throughout this year, I've definitely been the most confident I've been in like a long time. I really have never been the most confident person, especially when it comes to like embracing me being queer and non-binary, and just like embracing that fact about me and like just wearing it on my sleeve. So I've been very more like open with my gender identity and my sexuality. I've explored those things like a lot more this year. Cause like I've known that I'm non-binary, but I just presenting in a way kind of has been difficult for me because I always feel that constant nag that I need to present 100% androgynous. And most of the time I do, because that's just how I'm comfortable with. But I feel like I have this internal like, I don't know if you would call it transphobia. I'm not sure if I'm using like that term right. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like I just kind of have an idea planted into my mind of how a non-binary person should look, because that's what I've been told, and that's what, like, it's been. One of my brushes just fell. So I just feel that pressure to be like, if I don't look this way, no one will ever see me as a non-binary person. And that's, like, really been difficult for me to accept, that I don't need to present androgynous all the time. Because there are times that I just want to look, like, I just want to, like, throw on some lashes and, like, eyeliner and just, like, feel good about myself and feel like I don't have to, like, prove my gender identity to everybody. So I've been exploring that this year, and, like, that idea that I don't really need to look androgynous to feel valid, and I need to really, like, more not, like, gain acceptance and, like, validation from others, but more from myself, because I really am my biggest enemy. I really am, like, a person that, probably the person that brings me down the most, because I am, I'm surrounded by very supportive people, and I feel like I need to make peace with myself, and then I can truly, like, express myself in the way I want to, comfortably, and not feeling like I'm not trans enough, or I don't look non-binary enough. But just knowing that no matter how, like, my outwards appearance may look, that I still am valid and non-binary. I'm gonna get a little soft for a second, and a part of me really wishes that he's not gonna watch this video, but he's gonna watch it. And I know I'm not even ready for the text message I'm gonna receive when it's posted. But truly this year my sexuality has been just kind of crazy. I've gained interest in many girls this year, and none of them really worked out. So that was very confusing. At the end of 2018, I got out of a very abusive relationship with my last boyfriend, and that kind of like made me stray away from boys and made me, like, convince myself in a way that I could never be attracted to a boy ever again, just from, like, the fear that he put me through in that relationship. So this year has been a great time when it comes to my sexuality, because I believe in September of this year, not very long ago, is when I, like, really started talking to my current boyfriend. And I'm gonna blend this out for a second. I need to, like, collect my thoughts. And I guess it was really scary for me falling for another guy with, like, the emotional trauma that I've had from that past relationship. And I didn't know how it was gonna go, or if I could even pursue the relationship at this point, and I was just, like, very confused with my sexuality, being as I thought I, like, convinced myself that I just didn't like guys, and that's why I used the word queer, and that's what I, like, thought when I first started identifying as queer, is that there's no really set, like, definition for it, and if the time comes that I figure out something about myself that I couldn't before, this, like, label could fit it, because I see myself as a very fluid individual. I really am not really, like, label oriented, I guess, if that makes any sense. I don't really like putting labels on myself. But I feel like that's why I like the label queer, because there's not really, like, one queer person isn't the same as the next, and it's just basically a huge umbrella term. So in September, after like we were recording something for like a YouTube video just for fun. It didn't work out because we kept getting like really off like track, and it was a mess. And afterwards, I was like during it kind of, I was like, low-key, I'm catching feelings. And I kind of already had feelings before, but they weren't really like something I thought I could act on. But afterwards, after that, and like being able to talk to him so like carefree and like so easily, that's when I like knew that I did really like him. And so afterwards, I think after that, I'm not sure 100%, my memory isn't the best. I messaged him and I was like, dude, I'm freaking out. I think I might like a guy. And any normal person, any like maybe smarter person would be like, shit, they're talking about me. He didn't know, and I was kind of scared, but also like maybe I wouldn't have been that mad if he figured out, because I would have been like, yeah, it's you, what are you gonna do about it? But he didn't, and he like was super sweet and like supportive about it. He was like, if this guy like really means that much to you, you should go for it. I didn't go for it. Slow about it. Maybe it was actually after the commentary that I kind of confessed. I don't remember. It was either or of those things. All I know is something important came after the commentary. And so I confessed, and like the dumbass that I am, I basically said, yeah, I have feelings for you, but do not worry about it. I'm good being friends. Like, automatically assuming that he didn't have feelings for me back. Because, you know, I have no confidence. Like, how was I supposed to know? And he was just like, oh, if you're cool with just being friends, that's great. And I was like, shit, I thought I'd just been rejected. I wasn't rejected. I was the one that made it seem like I just wanted to be friends. So time passed, and like, I don't know what sparked up the conversation, but he finally said, yeah, I have feelings for you too. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? And then obviously he was like, oh, because you like just kind of made it clear that you were good as we were. And so we kind of just like had mutual feelings for a while, and then just decided to start dating. And it's been like 2 months since then, and I have never been happier. And I know that it sounds cheesy, but it really probably was the highlight of this year for me, because I was just not in a good place the entire time of 2019. I kind of has been like in and out of being sad all the time, and I've had thoughts of suicide multiple times and very pathetic attempts. And just knowing that someone cares about me and is always there to talk, and like someone I can talk to and laugh with and just like rely on, is what I really needed. And I'm very grateful to have him, even though I'm a complete asshole to him, and he knows that, and he's gonna text me after this, because I swear to God, if he watches it. But now that 2019 is kind of coming to an end, I am low-key kind of scared. I turned 17 in a couple weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks. Yeah, it's like 2 weeks exactly, because I think it's the 5th. And that's 14 days, and that's it. It's exactly 2 weeks. And knowing that I have 1 year left of being like I guess you would say a teenager. I know when you turn 18, you're not really considered like an adult. Like technically, legally you're an adult, but you're not gonna have your shit together, obviously. It kind of feels like my teenage years have like ended like before they even started. I guess I really haven't had enough time to experience life as a teenager because of the like tremendous stress I put myself under and like my whack mental health. I kind of have spent my teenage years working my ass off and worrying about what comes next instead of like enjoying my time being a teenager. So not being able to like experience my teenage years and like closing in on 18 in a year is kind of putting me into a panic. I'm like, oh god, I haven't done anything like rebellious or teenage like, and I don't think that really makes me lame, but I kind of feel like it does because a lot of my friends like they like stay out with their friends until 1 a.m. and they like party and they like have these just like they just do normal teenage things, and I happen to always find myself kind of just sitting around and working or just being sad and kind of resting and like trying to organize my thoughts and stuff, and I've wasted so many years doing that, and I won't ever be able to like experience what they have experienced, which is kind of sad. And I know that me turning 18 next year isn't the end of the world, and I still have so much life in front of me, and despite being like a very not mentally okay person, I do consider myself to be fairly optimistic, and I'm glad I have that like trait, because without it I think I wouldn't be here. And this video has gotten very dark. It's been a roller coaster. Yeah, like this year. So I guess it makes sense. So I know that like this isn't the end of me truly experiencing life, and I will have a lot of time in front of me, like my 20s and so forth, to just like experience life. And I know that my teenage years aren't the most important years of my life, and that high school and college, after those things happen, who cares? I just need to make it through that. I'm just glad I haven't peaked. I haven't peaked at like 16 like some people do, and then their life just goes downhill from there. I'm still waiting for my peak. Around me that are constantly supporting me and being there for me and supporting me through this absolute like mess of life. And my advice to anybody for the upcoming year is to take care of yourself, experience life, and really enjoy the little things, because those are the things that are like really great. Like just a simple good morning text is like could just put me in such a good mood, or just seeing like sun, or hearing one of my favorite songs in the morning kind of really keeps me going. Little things like that, or just like being able to pet my cat, or just chilling on the couch just watching movies with my mom, and knowing that I have this, like I have a life and I have things to live for and people that love me. And even though it seems like the world might end, especially with the year 2020 coming up and not knowing what it will hold, having that support around me is really keeping me going, and I really hope it keeps you going too. And if you ever feel like really alone, there are people that love you. This is so deep. I'm so sorry. There are people that love you, and there are people that are gonna meet you in the future, and they're gonna like realize that you're beautiful and you're worth it, and you're like gonna be the best person to them. If you don't have people around you right now, that the future will hold many of those good people. And I'm not saying that it won't hold bad people and you'll still experience pain, but we gotta look forward to those good times that are awaiting. So I really just hope in 2020 I am able to experience life a little bit more and stop stressing about things that I don't really need to worry about right now. And just chilling out and experience life, I guess. And also, like, building up more confidence to keep correcting my parents when it comes to misgendering me, because that is one of the things that takes the biggest toll on my mental health. So yeah, I've been done with my makeup. I just wanted to kind of rant a little bit more. I really hope that this kind of video was entertaining. I really just needed to get those things off of my chest and reflect on the year, even though it's not really over yet and we still have December. But so far, that's what it's been like. And I really hope everyone has had a good year. Closing in on a new decade, and it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. As always, thanks for watching. If you have anything you need to say to me, feel free to comment below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, I guess. If you like me and my face or my very sparse content that I just don't post that often, feel free to subscribe when I do post a video. I mean, I guess it would hit the notification video because my upload schedule is like not consistent at all. So if you actually want to know when I do post, I would hit that. And if you don't like me, hit the dislike button. I don't know. I know not everyone's gonna like me, and that's cool. And not everyone really likes these sit down, let's get deep kind of videos. I love you all. Just know that you're valid, and I love you. And also, if you want to support me and my future and everything, I made shirts. I had the opportunity to like draw a design for a shirt, and I've been selling it. I can go get it. I've drawn it myself, and it just says you're valid, because that's what I say a lot, and I feel like people need to be reminded that they are valid. They're $17, and then you can use, there's plenty of codes I'll put in the description of how to like get better shipping prices, because I know shipping can be a pain. But if you want to support me, the link's down below. There's no pressure. I thought it's just, through the hair. I just thought I should throw that in there. It is a very nice quality shirt, I gotta say. And if you need a second opinion, my boyfriend wears it all the time, and I don't think I've ever seen him not wear it, so. And it's very precious. Thank you for watching. This is the end. I'm so sorry for ranting.